Alright, here we go. This is a ranked 2v2 match, which is actually the first in a series of a long matchmaking session between these two teams. The blue team in the upper left-hand corner, rigelglen in the Easter Osprey, and Bjzor in the standard Warthog, and their opponents, Akroz in the Steampunk Bomber, and LostAvenger in actually the brand new, that is actually pretty darn fancy. Yeah, this is the first time I've actually seen this in-game, the Steampunk Neo, and there hasn't been any infantry dropped on this island for green yet. Okay, now there is, which is, God, that's exactly what you see every single time on Sandrim. Something needs to change, but this is the new Sandrim with these land masses that are going from here to here, and I better start focusing on this mid fight. We do have a bunch of infantry going down, mostly probes, pretty much all probes for blue, which is why they were able to take it just now, but all those infantry, Akroz taking out Rigel, but all those infantry dropped for green are probably going to be able to be enough to neutralize it. It does go down to neutral, but I don't know if enough green infantry, no, only 2 get in, but Lost comes back with more, and so does Akroz, so this probably will go up to green. No, enough shots go in from the blue units to be able to keep it, and Rigel going down again to LostAvenger, but at this point, oh, and Akroz does get killed by Bjzor, so now this acts weird. It's pretty much set almost to 0 now. I haven't seen that in a really long time on this map, and now Lost and Akroz really scrambling to bring as many infantry as they can, and so is Rigel and Bjzor. So now, oh, there are not that many, okay, now it does go up to green, but it is still surrounded by blue units and 2 T99 neutrals, and more infantry going down for Akroz, and LostAvenger bringing out 2 Longhorn from Q, so this probably will be able to stay green, and Rigel taking LostAvenger down almost over his outpost, and Akroz almost going down himself. Now it is a 2v1 here in the mid, so now maybe blue will be able to neutralize this outpost. Akroz trying to chase down Bjzor, but not successful, and Rigel is over here by this mid trying to take out more units, but there are not enough blue units, I do not think, even though they are just varying back and forth, and Rigel getting taken out again, death left and right, all within the first 2 minutes, and Bjzor is pretty much all alone here, gonna get taken out. There's pretty much no life on him, and does get finished by those units on the ground, and now this is green, and look at all the green units. So now blue really has to figure out something else that they need to do, but now this is the first new Sandrim, the new Sandrim game map, whatever, I don't really know how to put that, but this is the first match that I have casted on this new Sandrim map. There you go. And I'm very, very anxious to see, especially since this is a very, very high level match, what these high-level players are going to try to do with those land masses and those rocks that are in the way. But this outpost still under contest, and actually Akroz finishing off. That was weird. Wow, is that a different animation for the bomber attack? Because that is weird right now. It just, I guess maybe Steampunk Bomber just looked kind of strange to me. But Rigel does hide a Dillo in the trees, in both trees on each side actually. And Bjzor, I don't know who killed him there. Apparently was enemy units. But now we do have mid-game starting to settle in. Defenses are going down at every outpost on Sandrim. It doesn't really happen that often, or not necessarily that often, but that early. Usually on maps like Duel or even it's Nestorn sometimes, but usually actually in Nestorn and Sandrim, the ones where you are forced to imp spam right at the beginning, not necessarily forced, but that is the meta at this point, to imp spam at the beginning, to be able to take each mid, you really don't see defenses going down by each team just because the rush for mid is so important, and Rigel gonna get killed by Lost there, but now blue is gonna start to push for this bottom outpost. Usually this is the outpost that gets pushed by blue just because the ramp is on this side versus this side. Like for example, green would also want to take the corner because the ramp is right there, and Rigel and Akroz duking it out in the air, but Lost is here to support, and Rigel is forced to get away, and now BJ also defending there. And Akroz trying to take down these socket units, but is not going to really get that far. Oh, does take out the lunchbox though, with that bomb and the extra attack from that bomber. And now they do have and Akroz taking out. Oh no, that was a saved moneymaker by Rigel. And more defenses going down though, so blue is forced to drop more defenses just because of all this pressure that green is able to put. Using that middle outpost as a stationing point is really, really advantageous on this map. Akroz almost taking out another moneymaker, but does does not get to finish it off. And now Lost just bringing some creeps. This is a very, very effective tactic, especially because creeps are 100% free. Just use the creeps as as best you can. Doing random drops is extremely effective. And now I'm not sure what Akroz was doing, or there's probably killing random creeps as well. But now we do see. Oh, hold on. Lost is trying to do a little bit more harass over here, but we do see these creeps trying to push up on these rocks. It will take forever for those creeps to take it. I did get that information earlier today. Those rocks are 20,000. Oh, and does get BJ does get killed before he gets back to his outpost. But those rocks are 20,000 HP, medium armor. So it will take quite a significant amount of time to get those killed. And I did do the math myself, all by myself. The math is that pretty much the Bucky is the most cost-effective unit to take down those rocks, but Dillo, which is very, very common as the main tank for anyone's army nowadays, is the second most effective, and it's very borderline also. So Dillos, if you do bring Dillos in your loadout, it is very effective to use them cost-effectively, cost-wise, to try to take out those rocks. And Lost killing Rigel after Rigel killing Akroz there in the air. And now we do see Bjzor going with a Dillo, probably going to try to take it to the fort, but we do have Lost very, very, very quick with that response. And does put a blocking tank and gets the EMP off. Wow, and Akroz is already here. This place shut down, and Akroz gonna be able to finish him off in the air. No, Bjzor does do a great Viking dance up and down to stay alive for a little bit longer, but does get finished off by the tank on the ground. And right now, Rigel is really, using Dillos, just like I said. Good job listening to me, Rigel, even though this was in the past. Just kidding. So, yeah, he was trying to use Dillos really quick there to finish off those rocks, or to, get them destroyed. Dillo does go down from Akroz, but gets blocked immediately, and Lost bringing another one as well. A hat going down from I think that was Bjzor. He is the one with them in his loadout. But trying to finish off these Dillos and will, but neither of the green players were killed in that exchange. So it was pretty much just all good for green. Like, it was all beneficial for them. And now we do have even green creep pushing up on these rocks, but at this point it probably will benefit blue way more than to kill those rocks than it will for green, just because they are the ones that don't own mid. That's pretty much going to be their push point. But we do have a defense going up here from this green team. We do have a lot of Seekers and a couple Longhorn to be able to defend there. And now Bjzor, almost dead, is going to be finished off by LostAvenger before he gets to his outpost. And Lost and Akroz, that steampunk team, do get away just in the nick of time. Not really, but they do have a great sense of to retreat right when they need to. And we have a lot of tanks over here, a lot of fort pressure by green. And they are lasting a very long time. BJ is not able to finish that Longhorn, gets repositioned by LostAvenger, and Akroz does get killed by the units, and LostAvenger does get finished off in the chase by Rigel, and these units are still here. That one Longhorn is still attacking the corner uncontested, well, just by these two, but not being blocked, actually, is what I really meant. Just kidding. And but it does get finally finished. But look at the life difference. Blue has much, much less life than green. Already forced to put that lunchbox on their socket. Oh, but actually green does as well. But at this point, Rigel saying go for the bottom corner. But now the thing is, they do have a lot of defensive units sitting here and none sitting here. So actually, I got a little bit disoriented. I could have sworn those tanks were blocking on the bottom left. But now, let's see what each team decides to do. I still don't know how to play on this new Sandrim. This tag getting applied a lot, like new Nestor, new Veil. Now we do have a new Sandrim. The Steampunk Neo is out on the field, and we do have a Vault Box out for LostAvenger. We do not have an Osprey on their team. And we do see a Vault Box in rigelglen's loadout, so that might be pretty awesome later. Not necessarily awesome, but it's just a weird mechanic now that they have ultra heavy armor, and 4,000 HP is pretty much exactly what a Goliath was before, and it is just now a shield, but it does cost a lot more. But if you can keep that Vault Box alive, It does regenerate, not regenerate, but it gains interest, and you will be able to get a lot of credits. Akroz getting killed by that hat sitting there, I think, and LostAvenger almost finishing off Bjzor, but he will not be able to before with that Warthog with so much life. He is able to get out of there and get back to that outpost before he gets finished by Lost, and now does chase Lost away. But Blue is doing a really good job clearing these units. They do have control of this bottom outpost, and Bjzor are going for the fort again, and looks like Akroz and LostAvenger have been able to clear the rocks over here, and they are going to start pushing over here to this top outpost, and at this point, Rigel is the one that's going to respond to that, and BJ is over here attacking this fort, putting a lot of pressure on Green, is able to finish off the entire shield generated by that lunchbox, and now is going to get the self-destruct before Lost is able to finish him off. And now it is halftime. It is a little bit past halftime, and we do have that halftime heal kicking in. And now, but this post is heavily under attack from Green Team. A lot of their tanks have been able to be pushed over that landmass and over here to this middle outpost, and is just wow. It have been able to neutralize it, and Bjzor and Rigel are on the ropes. Rigel does go down to some enemy units, and at this point, Rigel isn't even close to starting to make a construction on a vault box, and I don't know if he ever will in this match. They are really behind, and they are not going to be able to have the economy to support that kind of thing. I don't know where that vault box is for Green, and LostAvenger very low on life and is getting stalked by Rigel. This outpost is still, oh, he does get a lucky level up, and he is able to get out of there. He will be anyway. But we do have a tank push coming up for Blue. I don't know if Green will be able to... No, this is going to be a successful retake of this outpost. Green has lost all their units over here, and LostAvenger is trying to do what he can to neutralize his outpost. Does get killed by those blue units, and Akroz is here with probes. It's not really going to do anything at all. Getting chased down by Bjzor and Rigel there, and Rigel is already starting to push for this corner as well. And BJ looking around the map, just trying to take a look at what the state of the map is for Green Team, and LostAvenger coming back out with Akroz, and they are I don't know. I mean, are they really going to try to do a little bit of harass at this outpost? There's so many Dillos here that they won't be able to do that much at for very long at all. There is no AA, so now Akroz was able to bomb, but in the meantime, Rigel is clearing this top very well, and at this point, all Green has is mid. They lost that push over at the top, and they are losing both corners at this point. And if Rigel is successful pushing this over here, and Bjzor saying he'll keep them busy down there, but they actually do come up to respond. But now Bjzor going for the front door is going to be able to get a great attack on, and is blocked by this Dillo. Akroz is forced to come back, and it does have some Dillos in queue to block, and it actually had some soldiers, but is forced to take them out of queue. And now stalking Bjzor, trying to bomb him and doing a little bit of air attack, but Bjzor again very low on life and does not get that self-destruct off before Lost is able to kill him very little in time. I'm not really sure why that display pops up there, because right now it does say LostAvenger X Bjzor and then X Bjzor. Just because that he did not, he barely was able to get that kill before BJ had that self-destruct, and for some reason both prompts pop up. I'm not exactly sure why, but obviously tiny bugs. I should report that, actually. I don't know why I haven't reported that yet. I know everyone is aware that happens, but no one's reported it. Okay, anyway, way off topic, but we do have Blue completely taking this outpost now, and Rigel kills LostAvenger. And even though Green has had the advantage from the beginning, even losing that bottom corner, losing this top corner is pretty much now a swing in power. Even though they have the middle outpost and they overall have more sockets, are all those sockets? Those sockets are completely filled, 2 generators and 2 moneymakers. Even though that is the case, and Akroz barely getting back to the middle outpost before Rigel almost finishes him off there, and that hat chasing away LostAvenger, but Lost circling around really nicely, tricking, not necessarily tricking, but making it look like he was gone. Rigel lifting off there and trying to get that heal, but does not get away. And Akroz getting killed with that Goliath in cargo. That is very painful. And Bjzor with that great snipe. And they do have both factories, both corners, and at this point, Lost and Akroz just have mid. I don't know what they can do, and Lost making more generators. They are very, very short on power. They are a little bit spread thin because they have to fortify mid so well, because mid just has so many, just so much power, so many sockets. But at this point, with those corners under blue control, I don't think they have, economically in terms of, especially because those two sockets at this mid are, two of them are generators and not moneymakers. But now we do see a massive a massive amount of tanks sitting over here. A couple Longhorns, mostly Dillos, and a couple Seekers. And Bjzor again with this corner, with this attacking at this outpost. That Dillo is dead, and Lost is going to be able to finish him off, but he did get a lot of damage on. And at this point, after this halftime heal did kick in, Green is behind Blue. Blue was able to heal pretty much all the way, and they do have one vacant slot, or socket, so they really should refill that. No one's actually building Moneymakers. Rigel does not see that yet. But Rigel does have this Goliath trying to rip up what he can over here at this this random side outpost, and Bjzor trying to take care of these Dillo drops over here. And at this point now, Blue is behind because of those drops over there. And Rigel he did get killed, and his Goliath is gone. But he was able to kill a lot of the green units, and now Green is going to push up to this corner, and they are going to be able to do a lot of damage. But these Dillos are not really being able to push up properly just because of the number of waypoints that are connected to this factory. I think it probably, I'm not exactly sure what it is on Sandrim, but it looks like something like 6. And there are not that many Dillos up here, and because of that, they weren't able to push to their full potential. And now Rigel and Bjzor are going to be able to hold this. Even though Bjzor died, Rigel with that Osprey, I think he's going to be able to... No, actually, I half the time I make predictions, they're just completely wrong. But Rigel does have 4 probes, going to go back in and going to be able to... No, does not retake that outpost just because it's so surrounded by those green units. They were able to knock down the bulbs as they were going in. Bjzor coming with 2 creeps, but it's just not going to be enough. And Green has been able to take this corner, and now... Definitely now, because it's 1 corner apiece and Green has mid, Green does have the map control, or not necessarily map control, but the map advantage. They are ahead in this match. And Green, I'm not sure if that, I'm going to keep my eye on this action right now, but I'm not sure if they've been able to completely fill those sockets on the mid with moneymakers, or they probably, I'm assuming it's probably still 2 and 2 on Rigel killing Akroz there with that double team of the Bjzor, and now they're going to be able to focus fire LostAvenger over his outpost. I don't know if Lost is going to be able to finish off any of these blue, but he does land with that cloak. Extremely high level, fast, high level decision making there. Before he gets focused down, he did, just land and got that cloak down and forced the blue team members to retreat. And Rigel getting killed by LostAvenger, that was a little off cam. I'm a little flustered right now because stuff is keeping on happening all over this map. And Blue a little bit thin over here on this left corner as well. So, and right now Akroz with 2 Dillo drops. Again, Rigel trying to take care of it, but he does not have any blocking units. He is forced to body block. And at this point, there are 2 more Dillos on the front door. Rigel finishing off the ones on the side, but now Bjzor are trying to finish off the one here at the front door. Eventually will, but there has been a significant amount of life taken out by Green Team, and there are more. No, actually, Blue has not control, but they have creeps on that island, so they will be able to see if anything is ferried over there, just because it will be on their minimap, and Lost is forced to walk away there. Rigel is not going to be able to finish him off with that follow. And Lost is just... I don't know where they're going to progress. If I were Lost and Akroz, I would try to go for this bottom left corner just because it's much less defended than any of the other outposts. Or I guess this one is actually. But this is a little bit harder with this ramp. Is going to be a little bit more difficult. And they are pushing out, but little did they know 2 Goliaths were dropped over here by Bjzor. And now quick dogfight in the air between Bjzor and Akroz. And Bjzor notifying Rigel that there is a push here coming, and Akroz gonna be doing some bombing, but very low on life, is forced to retreat. Lost does get killed in front of all those blue units. There was a hat sitting there as well, and this is a shutdown push just because those 2 Goliaths were super strong, and Rigel is here to heal them up. And Bjzor, I guess he was trying to do a quick Dillo drop at the fort, but did get caught by Akroz on the way there. And now Rigel, oh, he does have a Vault Box in his queue, and he does have it ready to go. And I believe we're about to see a little bit of magic here, with that Vault Box, in queue. Alright, he did put it down, and dropping these probes for defense to be able to keep this outpost, and lost very low on life, gets killed. Oh, and Bjzor with that double kill did get Akroz there. I did miss that. Too much stuff happening at the same time, and I did just now get a quick phone call. I ignored it for you guys. I ignored it for you guys for this cast. And at this point, Bjzor almost killed that Moneymaker, but Akroz was able to save it. But they are once again trying to get the focus on Akroz here, but Rigel is forced to back off there, and Bjzor very low on life does get killed by LostAvenger, and Rigel does get followed back by LostAvenger as well. That was a double team, and now that was a fail, and Lost gonna, I don't know why he dropped it there. I probably would have tried to drop it here. This Goliath is just gonna kill his Longhorn super fast. That Dillo did die, but I don't think this Goliath is going to be able to get killed before. Oh no, with LostAvenger's extra help and shots from behind, he was able to kill that Dillo and or that Goliath, and a quick drop over here by Akroz. He did get killed, but LostAvenger is still over here. That Goliath is still alive, or that Longhorn is still alive. And now he has been able to neutralize this outpost. It will be great. And now Akroz coming with infantry. They will be able to take this. It does go green. It won't stay green for very long with blue all over here. But you know, continual probe and infantry drops and this goes completely down with no bulbs. And Akroz and Lost just coming back with infantry drop after infantry drop. It does go up to green, but once again surrounded by blue units. I don't know how long it'll stay this way. And Akroz and Lost, now Lost has Dillos in queue. Will be able to get the defense off if this stays green, and Akroz, or actually Akroz is the one with the Dillos in queue. If Lost can drop enough infantry, no, not in time, and this will go, no, did not go to green. There were 4 infantry, but 1 ball did get knocked down in the meantime, and Rigel, very low on life, and does lift off, trying to get away there, but Akroz was stalking right above him, and did not get away there. It was just... that was just too much. But now Lost and Akroz have great control of this bottom corner. Bjzor is here, but it's not, I mean, it's just him and very little units. LostAvenger with that EMP, they are going to be able to finish off Bjzor here, especially with this outpost under their control. I am going to stick here with Bjzor. I will go with a follow, and he is very low on life. Does Viking Dance down almost, oh, does get the self-destruct in time. And now Rigel going with this Goliath on the side. I don't, oh, they do see it for sure, but now Goliath on the front door with a freaking, with an Osprey here to heal it up. They are probably going to try to focus down Rigel as fast as possible so he doesn't get that extra heal, and this Goliath is being body blocked by Akroz, and LostAvenger is not behind it. Now he finally is, so it will get down, will get killed fairly quickly, but that did provide a slight distraction. However, not, you know, it was not able to be used at all by Bjzor just because they're so behind, and they didn't really have that kind of coordination where Rigel, and actually, you know, when Rigel brought that over there, Bjzor was respawning at the time, so not exactly the best timing, but obviously it is a little bit difficult. I know those two guys are not on VoIP at this point. I think Lost and Akroz might be, because they do hang out on the Mumble, but Bjzor killing LostAvenger on his way back to his outpost, and Rigel finishing off Akroz in that attack. Now, are they going to decide to do something with this? Rigel bringing a Goliath behind these other ones. Bjzor supporting it with fire, going to try to kill this Bertha. It will go down, and they are going straight. Oh, and Rigel doing a heal on Bjzor, so he will be able to keep him alive fairly well. But Rigel, out of energy, is going to contribute with his own fire, going to bring that Goliath out of there, and Akroz does save the second Goliath. Oh, and Bjzor getting killed by LostAvenger, and Rigel also very low on life. It's like a trading match here. It's like 2 guys get killed, and then the other 2 guys get killed, and then the other 2 guys... oh, but Rigel with extremely good timing. Oh, does not stay above his outpost. Oh, and also did get slightly focus fire there as well. And now Akroz and Lost. Oh, Lost with definitely... oh, that is a Vault Box. So he will be able to put that in front of his line. Just to create that great defense with that ultra heavy armor Vault Box with 4,000 HP. And now Rigel chasing around. I think that was Akroz or Lost. I'm not sure if that was Akroz or Lost. But Akroz does get killed there, and LostAvenger almost gets killed as well, and Rigel retreating. But now Green is really doing a great job leapfrogging their tanks up, and they do have a great composition of this Goliath and Seekers here. The Vault Box really should be in front, but obviously because Lost is a Neo that just died, but Lost is a Neo, he is not really able to move it that well. You really have to be either a chopper or an Osprey to move them around to you know, really good effectiveness. Otherwise, you're just moving it. Look how slow. Akroz dropping that Vault Box in the nick of time, not dying with it in his cargo. That would have been a 20,000 credits plus interest loss there. And speaking of loss, he does come back to the battlefield, gets that EMP off on Bjzor, but does not affect the fire rate on Max there. Only affects their movement speed. And then LostAvenger drops this Seeker, and Rigel blocks it with that Goliath and continues to heal Bjzor. And this Goliath is almost dead in front, but another one gets put in front. I would hope that they would have done that Vault Box, but LostAvenger, very low on life, needs to cloak. Does cloak, but is really stuck, and does get the Bjzor with that great positioning. Stays in the area that Lost was gonna lift off on, and does get that kill. Akroz does not get a socket kill, but look at all these dead Dillos, and now we are in overtime 2. And Akroz going for this outpost. If he takes this outpost, that is pretty much it. There is almost no way for Rigel and Bjzor to come back from this. And Rigel typing there, it's just if this, oh, it does go neutral. This outpost is neutral, and Akroz and LostAvenger with a bunch of infantry and with a Dillo as well to defend, they are going to be able to hold this with a bunch of Goliaths. Wow, Goliaths even going down here. They already have them in queue. I really wish the loadout counters in replay mode worked, but Bjzor getting killed by Akroz there. And it is just a matter of time, and not that much, to be honest, just because Blue only has a single outpost under their control at this point. The bleed is going to be drastic. While I'm talking, it is a little difficult to keep track of that, chat. You guys can look at that while I'm talking. At this point, I don't know if Blue needs to just straight up do 4 drops. That is their only choice. That is their only hope of winning this game. They're not going to be able to take back enough outposts in time at anytime soon. And now Akroz just dropping more over here in defense. Oh, and it does set a couple Dillos to attack, so let's see if these are going to be able to make it. They probably will. And now Rigel and BJ, I'm not really sure why they're still attacking here. We do have a massive Dillo push coming out, but it's going to be doing absolutely nothing with this Vault Box sitting out here in front and these 2 Goliaths sitting over here. And now we do see Green finally is all the way over here. Blue responds to this fort push, but it is pretty much too late. They almost have 0 life left at this point, even though Akroz has been killed, and LostAvenger is bringing some fixers to thwart that other push. But this Goliath at the front door, oh, there is no more life left on Blue's fort, and they do go down in the defeat. Green team does take this. Akroz and LostAvenger do take round 1 of this matchmaking series. This did happen today. I will not tell you when today is, but it was barely after this 16429 patch. But looking at the final stat numbers, obviously LostAvenger with that Neo, the only Neo in the match, the only real dogfighting mech in the match, goes positive 4, and every single other player went pretty negative. Actually, Green lost a significant amount of units more, but that is just because they had much better economy than Blue team. They afforded to lose much more units. And at this point, Green takes round 1. Stay tuned for round 2.